forgot your name. Don't let your spirit fade away. Amnesia, you've been through such pain, but you're growing stronger every day. Amnesia, you forgot your name. Don't let your spirit fade away. Amnesia, you've been through such pain, but your little heart is growing stronger every day. Hey, don't fade away. Don't fade away. Don't fade
Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number 1 between Can't Connect Stunts and Magnitude. My name is Raka, and I am joined tonight by Anaressa, my former captain and current teammate. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Also my friend. Probably should add that. That's important.
I have lots of titles, but those are the important ones.
So, when we get into this, we do go ahead and have Can't Connect Stuns did go ahead and ban out Cursed Hollow and Volskaya Foundry. We did also have Sky Temple and Dragonshire being banned out by Magnitude. Game number 1 is going to be on Battlefield of Eternity. Although, even though it says of Eternity, I promise the game will not go on that long.
Yeah, it's a big promise to make. Anything could happen.
That is true. Oh, I came in here because I thought both teams said they were ready, and then all of a sudden, one of the players left, so it looks like we have to fill space for a second. Darn it. I have to, like, use my mouth and make words? What?
You wonder if there's a player swap going on, because I did see their 6th player just come online.
Oh, very, very, very possible. Oh! And I just noticed a stupid thing that my thing did. Does not really matter. Apparently this thing is still set to automatically go to the Season 13 map pool, which is missing a map.
It's okay, everybody struggles on their first cast.
Still the first day, still counts.
And we do have a player swap in the lobby, so...
So the players that you did not know before are now different than the players you do not know now? Very key.
Just to make it up for the fact that I can't see the map screen that you guys are all looking at, so, you know, it's just a little kind of knowledge.
I mean, at this point it's probably on the stream. I'm sure it's been 30 seconds.
Well, no, it just showed up.
Oh, wow. Okay, apparently I don't have a good perception of time. Because you asked me how long we've been on the screen, I'd be like, 13 minutes!
I don't know. What is time? Nothing makes sense anymore.
What is time? Baby, don't hurt me. See, when I said we were going to be filling time, I meant it. So, Battlefield of Eternity, definitely a one of my least favorite maps, only because I swear to gosh, we can never figure out if we should be racing or we should be fighting, and I just kind of end up all over the map, and I'm just like, I just want to kill them, but then my team is at the enemy immortal, or I want to race, then my team wanders off and goes to fight the other team. I'm just always where I'm not supposed to be.
I mean, it's definitely one of my preferred maps because most of the big race heroes are heroes that I play, so it's all like, it's my time to shine! So I like it because of that, but and when you're not having to play and strategize and you're just watching other people make these calls and these mistakes and just commenting on them instead of yourself going in and dying, then it's also a plus.
Very, very true and very, very fair. Like, I do want to say, in terms of not liking to play this map, I love casting this map. This map is very, very distilled down into... you know, there are some maps where there's a lot of very, very high-level strategy making and decisions, and, like, do you take the camps while the Immortal is pushing? Do you... like, there's a lot of other stuff, but in this one, it's just very, like, Immortals are out, go and fight. You know, there's not a whole lot of... it's a very, very, very clean map from a casting perspective.
I mean, there is a pretty easy answer to should you take the camps while the Immortal is pushing, which is no. But
I guess
otherwise, yeah.
I admit I asked that wrong. I more meant should you 39 the camp or get the Immortal now while your opponents are still dead?
Anyways, we have a Vol and Artanis band.
So yep, definitely the race heroes being taken out. This is not Jimmy. This is Bandy. So it's actually interesting because, like, they banned your hero, Vala, then they banned my hero, Artanis, and then they banned your hero again. So does this mean we're gonna have Rexar banned now?
Rexar? Well, we'll find out. 5 seconds till answers.
Almost. It starts and ends with
the middle letters.
I was gonna say the beginning, the ending is correct.
If you pronounce it really wrong, then we're right.
That is the exactly correct hero, as long as you don't pronounce the name correctly. It can be said for every single hero ever.
With every death
All right,
comes honor.
so yeah, Hanzo, one of the better remaining race heroes, and Li Ming, another one of the remaining.
Although the difference
heroes
is that
gets
the
instituted.
Hanzo is good at race regardless. Li Ming does kind of have to go into certain talent choices to really be good at it. A little bit like Artanis.
Oh, this is my jam!
You're not salty about the Artanis ban.
I'm actually more salty about playing Artanis because I have to sacrifice a lot of my playstyle just to be good at race.
Fair. Fair.
We do have Lucio being banned or rooneyed out.
Picked up
So
is
it begins.
the word that's usually used for that.
That is fair. Banned from being picked by the other team.
It's your fourth game in a row.
Ready for action!
Gonna cut you some slack. A little bit. I'll still make fun of you, but like internally I'll cut you some slack.
Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. We do go ahead and have the old man Deckard King coming out with Wrathling, which is very, very appropriate. Wrathling, for anyone that does not know, is our website guru. And I can kind of see, like, Deckard out there trying to get the website to work. I have to wonder, which of the Heroes of the Storm characters would be the best at, like, computer use? I feel like probably someone from StarCraft or Overwatch. We do have Murden and a
Oh.
ban on Hogger.
Sergeant Ham was probably the webmaster, would be my guess.
Hammer would be a decent choice.
Either that or Anubarak would be the webmaster because of the cocoons.
I also just I feel like Tassadar would be really, really good.
Yeah? Yeah, could work. Could work.
Linnaeus will rise
That's-
again.
So
Alright, yeah, those are both great picks for this map. Yeah, Greymane, some of the best race left. So Greymane plus Ming should be able to match just about anything Hanzo plus another DPS could bring.
and what I love about these picks specifically, that is not a very, very convincing answer of are they going to fight you or are they going to race, because they can kind of do both. Like, Greymane is definitely very, very big at, oh, okay, you came into us, well, I'm going to chew your face off. We also do have Chromie and Kira. The, K name. Like, neither of them start with K, but they both start with K sounds.
There we go. Cool. We do Brandon's first game back on first NGS game back on CCS2, and he gets his signature Diablo. It's a great Diablo map too.
Yeah, I was going to say, show of hands of who was surprised that Brainer picked up Diablo. None of you put your hands up? But we'll go into
We saw all of the hands, and none of the hands were up. We had
Absolutely.
verified independently.
So I will go and get the game right now. I will be putting predictions up. If you look at the top of the text box, because people like can't find predictions for some reason, it drives me crazy. Top of the text box, there'll be a little thing that says prediction. So go put your money where your mouth is, and if you don't have a mouth, then I don't know.
Anyways, enjoy the prediction.
Con. Oh, a swap. Oh no, but a swap followed by a light bulb.
Four-man mosh pit followed by Entomb. Oh no!
Oh, a huge light bomb coming in on the Genji, and that's a 5-man light bomb. They're gonna follow up, and they're gonna get 1, 2, 3 kills.
And it's gonna be everybody dying. Oh my god, when does this happen? Everybody's dead!
All right, and here we are in game number 1. So I'll go ahead and you've known them longer than I have. I'll let you introduce the CCS side of the equation.
Okay, on the side of Connect Stuns, we've got Rainer playing Diablo, Eric on Li Ming, Slickrub on Lucio, Wolf on Greymane, and Mainsky on Blaze.
Meanwhile, on the orange side of the battlefield, red for those of you that do have colorblind mode turned off and are somehow affecting my settings with that, we do go ahead and have everyone in the bottom lane, actually. But it does look like they're all on top of each other, so I'm going to cheat. We do go and have Punk playing Chromie, Rathling is playing the Old Man Deckard Cain, Andy Manakun is going to be on Kira, Dr. Blunch is going to be on Hanzo, and then Owampa is playing Muradin. Some introductory B steps going on.
B steps are strong with these ones.
However, they are all 5 down here. That means that no one's up to contest Blaze. CCS needs to be a little bit careful. Don't want to overcommit when they are outnumbered like this. But they're just going to get a massive experience advantage as Blaze just starts cleaning this up. Kira does look like she is on her way up to do mean things to Blaze.
Looks like Chromie is building into the W build, which is not going to be quite as strong for race, but it's going to be great for under immortal fights.
So it does look like Wolf is moving down. They're going to try and take this bottom camp real quick. The Khazra camp is being cleaned up right now. We do have Brainer going ahead, very much announcing where they are, although I do think Wampa had already kind of noticed that, and this will be picked up. They don't try and move into contested because Chromie had moved up to the top of the map, so they were outnumbered as Punk goes ahead and goes back and forth. I just find Chromie's a weird pick to try and take this top camp, because she definitely takes a good bit of damage trying to get it done.
It looks like she's gonna get it though.
She is, although
It's a little scary.
well, also, if Greymane had like moved directly there, he may have gotten there in time. He actually moved around to flank, go through the brush. They had not realized they hadn't seen Chromie in a long time, but they may have made that a little bit of a different play. But meanwhile, a lot of pressure was put into the front gate. We do go and have this cancer camp right up here, trying to throw spears at the lower thing, but there's Dr. Blunch and Punk coming down. Owampa just going for a pop right on back. There's a stun, followed up by another stun. Root coming down on the Diablo. Kira currently up to 37 stacks of fatal wounds. We do have target practice at 1 stack out of 5. No questing talents except for the baseline for Diablo existing on CCS's side.
That bot camp does get almost the entirety of Black Wall for camping stuns.
Mainsky making sure that was not nearly the case up top. Very little damage done to the wall.
Both teams rotating over to the bruiser camps. CCS gonna get theirs out a little earlier. They might be looking for an invade? No, they're not.
I would be, but then I'm also like entirely too reckless.
What? You? CCS getting an early start on race.
Yep, they should have a little bit better race, actually, between the Greymane and the Li Ming. Like, on the other side, they do have decent race heroes on the other side with Hanzo, but I still think that the race is won purely on the side of CCS.
Yeah, both the heroes that they have and them being in position immediately, they just shredded that immortal right to halftime.
Alright, so we do go and have a defense coming over here by the side of Magnitude. Both Shaman camps are being pushed unopposed, although Mainsky is moving up north and we're trying to take care of that. Li Ming going to go ahead and keep lobbing orbs over, try and get this down to about 2,800 health on that immortal. Wolf throwing cocktails in here because Wolf is a person after my own heart.
Hanzo is solo racing on the red side.
And this Shaman camp down below is just about to take down the lower fort. Also, yeah, Animaka was a little bit aggressively in there and did pay with her life. Who's bounty hunting now?
That's a great first immortal phase for CCS. And Immortal's got over half shield as well. Yeah, this should get some. They're gonna get 7 soon, have a Palantir advantage. Yeah, and this Immortal should get some serious damage done on top for it.
Yep, 7s are online as you say that, at least for the side of CCS. Surprised if no one, Brainer continues to go for Firestorm build because it is his favorite.
Deckard did not go the stacking talent, so even though we're getting some impressive multi-hero loots, they're not counting for anything long term, just impressing us a bit.
All right, there's a nice flip. Murden takes a bunch of damage, but Eric's having to get run out of here. This Eric is also with a K, but it's not Eric with a K, in case anyone was confused.
Just to clarify. Yeah, the W build out of Chromie is really starting to hurt. We saw that just absolutely run through Ming's health pool there.
So they will go and take top camp, but meanwhile Kira is working down below. Here is the rest of the orange team as they move down there.
So CCS should rotate down in time to defend that though.
If they're all on their way now, it looks like, by all, I mean they're all on their way. Here's the full 5-man, 5 figures to a fist as they run in here. A little bit of damage on this. Nice time stop by Chromie. Does go ahead and, even though he's a tank, they had Dwarf Hop, I think that the Merman was in a bit of trouble until that time stop happened. And then all of these cooldowns came back and you can just walk out of there.
Time does go off on Diablo.
Oh, good.
Oh my god.
Oh, but Punk going to go and move back, and no time stop for him this time. And we do have Chromie going down. It's a 2-for-1 in favor of CCS. 3 kills to 1 overall. And we do have the Immortals spawning shortly. Immortals are going to be coming up right before Chromie does.
CCS is going to be hitting their heroics super soon too. Not quite before Immortals start, but here we go.
Yep, it does look like Greymane sort of get the Cursed Bullet, Wave of Force on Li Ming, Lightning Breath, Bunker Drop, and High Five. Going to be the talent decisions on the side of CCS. Chromie also, it does look like she has Temporal Loop because Chromie cheats.
And CCS going in on a Bruiser Camp invade. Sorry.
Bruiser Camp did a lot of work that first Immortal phase, so what's even better than that? Getting 2 Bruiser Camps for the second one.
We stand victorious.
Diablo is sitting at only 18 souls with that recent death.
It does definitely have a little bit more explodability, and not in the good way.
Here, there's it.
Yep, there is the Unrelenting Strikes, and there was no relenting happening. There's Kira going ahead and grabbing Cook back out. Stay while and listen. Wolf is going to get Chrono looped.
But a nicely timed high five coming out from Lucio.
Yep, that high five is going to completely nullify Chromie. That's not always a problem, because I think Chromie actually picked the Intemporal Loop before Lucio hit 10. So Lucio was just like, okay, if we're going to go that ult, I definitely need high five.
Personally, I would have liked to have seen Slowing Sands here. But if Chromie can time the Temporal Loop for a hero that Lucio doesn't have a high five available for, then the blow up between her, Kira, Hanzo, and a Murden stun to lock him in place can definitely be super effective.
More camps being painted blue.
It's a great color.
I've always loved the idea of just going into mercenary camps with like a sword in one hand and a paintbrush in the other.
All the heroes wearing paint overalls.
Oh, Kira might be in a spot of trouble. Nice move. I do think that was a high five in order to make the character unstoppable, so Kira just like stopped wherever she was. And where was she? She was very, very deep in the back line.
The Hanzo era did get used in that fight, just barely missing, going through everybody. So that could have gone very, very differently. Just kind of unlucky timing there.
Yep, that's whenever you thread the needle in exactly the way you don't want. And this will be kind of a pullback. We are 20 seconds out. Everyone is back up. Although a lot of R buttons have been pressed, I do think that only Avatar is up on the side of Magnitude, where CCS still has Crucible, Wave of Force, and High Five up and available.
Magnitude is down 13s right now.
I will deliver this realm from your corruption.
This is dangerous for them to be fighting here right now.
Alright. Now once again, Kira is very, very, very oppressive, but whenever she ends up deep in the back line without the support of the rest of the team, she just kind of explodes.
Health bar is getting a little low on the side of CCS, but with Kira down, this being a 5v4.
Get down a talent tier, down a hero, not a good solution. Kira's Brainer doing a nice job, is kind of keeping Owampa in a bad, bad situation. Here is the lightning breath coming out.
Take up a new position.
Meanwhile, Gravian's able to trigger halftime on the Immortals while the rest of the alive heroes are off doing ARAM things.
Kira is back up, and they are at level 13, so they are in a much better position to fight than they were before. Oh, and we finally did have, Lucio did not have a high five available and was not able to get that temporal loop off. That causes Lucio to go down. This is their big opportunity. Looking at Brainer right now, there is the Murden trying to go ahead and get this taken care of. But no,
Less than 1,000 health on the side of CCS's Immortal. So they only really need a little bit of poke damage that Ming should be able to bring. But Magnitude's DPS is going to be able to get through a good chunk of the shield in the time it takes to get rid of that last 1,000 health.
The light of the crystal arch shines on.
all right, those orbs or the experience orbs are picked up. Health orbs, whatever. They are worth actually 2 minions worth of experience, so it is technically correct to call them experience orbs.
The wickedness of hell dwindles before me.
We do have both Kira and Crummy dealing with the wave building up at bot, which will let Magnitude just focus on defending time. All ult available for both teams.
Team's core is under attack.
Here they come. The wave bottom, they did deal with it a little bit, but it has gotten all the way up to the core because the top wall is down. They're up here trying to deal with this. Shields are through. The Immortal is down into melee mode as it goes ahead and takes out the last structure on the side of Magnitude.
Does look like CCS is going to need to back off here though.
Thus ends my assault on hell. I must rest for a time.
CCS almost to level 16s, but not quite. Looks like they're looking at another Bruiser Camp invade, and it looks like they are going to get there in time.
Yep. Gotta say, all night I've been casting teams. They're just very, very, very all about going and fighting. Nice high five actually got there just in front of the arrow, and that is a 3-4-0 kill in favor of CCS. So that probably is going to spell the end of the game. Like, they would have picked up the camp, but at this point it's not even about the camp. It's about, okay, there's only 2 people left alive. It's only Deckard and Hanzo. The old man and the archer cannot stop us.
Death timers are short, but I don't think they're short enough to allow Magnitude to put up much of a defense here.
And with that, the forces of heaven do triumph this day on Infernal Shrines, as CCS does win game number 1 of the series.
Yeah, nice clean game out of Camp Connect Stuns.
So,
I will note that Diablo has the second highest hero damage in the game, second only to Crummy.
definitely a thing worth noting. We're actually just getting there. 43,000 coming out of Chromie, 30,000 coming out of Brainer, and then Hanzo very close, only about 1,500 behind.
Well, Braider's back, everyone.
Did you miss him? We do have Slick Rub winning the healing race of 58,000. And then in terms of the experience, Mainski does lead Soak with 9,000.
Over 9,000. Should be noted.
Very, very true. I forgot this is the internet. You're required to say that. So looking at talents, we do not have the full talent build to show you. I'm sorry. If you really, really want to see the full one, you'll have to continue watching CCS and maybe they'll play another game with these heroes. But looking at things right now... Alright, not surprised to see Incinerated Gauntlets coming out of the Blaze. A little bit of a racing talent, but it does also help against, with your clear. And yeah, I was wondering about that. Blaze does like Suppressive Fire at 7, which really, I think helped kind of reduce Chromie's effectiveness. As Chromie started hitting more and more, Blaze could hit with that Suppressive Fire in order to just be like, okay, for 4 seconds, Chromie does not hit as much.
Yeah, that's huge. I'm noticing Greymane took the stealth talent at 4. I don't think I actually saw it used to break the Kira tether, but I imagine that's part of the reasoning there. We do have Li Ming building into Calamity build, which definitely helped with just that super quick blow up that we saw on a couple different occasions.
See, that's always the difficult thing to call. Like, Greymane took the stealth talent that we didn't see use, so either excellent use of it.
Great job stealthing, we think.
There's the old joke, I forget who told it, but it was comparing ninjas, and they like showed this clip of just some like doing lunges. Like, that's really impressive. But you know who you didn't see in that clip? Better Ninja. Couldn't even see me. But with that and random comments aside, I will go back to the in-between screen because it does look like our next game is available. We will see you in just a second for game number 2.
Old TK's Jack is just a derelict shell. Another laugh now, but his notes and the smell. He used to watch over the fire and the stone. Fan fiction told me that he died all alone. Splash, bang, so corrosive, don't get close if it's explosive. Flash, gang, caustic crew, simmer and smoke in electric blue. Hiss goes the radio, vicious, malicious, a voice we know. Soon to reap the seeds you sow, bringing you the pain. Come on down and join the party tonight. We ain't the kind to turn away from a fight. Chips on the shoulder, sweat and dirt on our hands. Cause we're breaking down the borders as we light up the land, yeah! Come on, drink out your ride. You know they say, better to die with the wheel crash and burn. Than die when you're not in your car. find your bastion. Take to the skies. You'll hear the sweetest of lullabies. You'll learn your history, so steeped in shame. You'll feel the guilt of the ones to blame. Of doom.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to game number 2 between Can't Counterpick. Can't Connect Stunts.
It's a different thing that they can't do.
Yep.
These guys can counterpick stupid. They would like everyone to know.
And also Magnitude. I should probably say both teams' names before we get completely distracted. We are on Towers of Doom. So, first pick is going the way of CCS, which is interesting because that means that Towers of Doom was picked by Magnitude. And they're going to be banning out Artanis, which I don't feel like this is in any way, shape, or form a good map for Artanis.
I imagine that's the result of some scouting then, and there's just a god tier Artanis on the side of Magnitude.
Which, if that is true, how dare they not let me see it? I thought we were friends. Now, Vikings, much more of a logical ban. Vikings are terrible in this map. Fun fact, if you ever
play against.
If you ever find yourself playing into a Vikings, go Diva. Because the biggest thing the Vikings has going for them is they dismount you, but Diva doesn't mount.
Also just go Butcher.
Yes, Tom, can't correctly speak. I feel like we should make a CCS like casting cabal and just call it Can't Correctly Speak.
Well, you heard it here first, folks, kind of.
We do have Zul coming out from Captain Roberts, and then the Azmodan. So Zul is interesting. Zul is not the fastest double soaker, but the hardest pusher, because as he double soaks, he just gets those extra zombies to help push each lane, and he will just end up. It feels like about 70 minutes of the game, he'll just end up kind of naturally taking both forts, unless you actually commit resources to stopping him, not just double soak against him.
That also makes the Sonya ban make more sense, because that removes her additional healing ability off the increased wave.
So
Or then removes the advantage that she gets from that.
They're going to get rid of the Hogger, although they still have Leoric up, and I feel like Leoric has a very, very good job of not worrying about Zul too much. Zul's like, haha, bone prison, and Leoric's just like, I have a button that makes me unstoppable, what are you doing?
No prison can hold me.
You put me in jail? I'm a ghost?
We do have Leoric still up, we've got Blaze still up, we've got Diva still up, Dahaka still up. So definitely still double soak options. Murky still up.
That is true.
For the alliance above all. Let's fly.
Imperius still up. Technically, he can at 7. Rathling does come out with the Anduin, and then we will have Bird Boy coming out for Dr. Blunch.
So definitely more of a macro-focused comp coming out from Magnitude. Kind of respecting the coordination and the blow-up potential that CCS brings. And yeah, looking for a different win condition. And there we do have that Leoric.
Yep, Leoric going to go ahead and be cleaning up the zombies all game long, and then Ghost Dunk on Vala. I've got to say, actually, very Diablo-focused draft coming out of CCS, Diablo and Lucio.
Yep. Diablo's a game. I contributed.
So we are going into Towers of Doom in just a second. I will get your Gambas up in just a second. So make sure to go put your money where your mouth is, support your team, try and get amazing points for amazing rewards.
Oh, a swap. Oh no, but a swap followed by a light
Dead
bulb.
here. 4-man mosh pit followed by a tomb. Oh no!
Oh, here's Light Bomb coming in on the Genji, and that's a 5-man Light Bomb. They're gonna follow up, and they're gonna get 1, 2, 3 kills.
And it's gonna be everybody dying. Oh my god, when does this happen? Everybody's dead.
All right, here we go into game number 1 or game number 2 of that. I can't say that. Can't Connect Stuns did win game number 1. They are the blue team. We do have Eric coming out on Li Ming, Brainer playing Johanna, Slick Rub, B stepping around on Lucio, Ghost Dunk on the Vala, and then Mainsky is playing Leoric. Who we got over on the orange side of the battlefield?
On the side of Magnitude, we've got Wraithlang playing the Anduin, Dr. Blanche on Falstad, Punk on Asmodean, Captain Roberts on Zool, and Awampa on Merlin.
So we do have everyone moving into the middle except for Zool. Zool is starting out in lane. Making sure there's no super secret Sylvanas tricks coming in, because they'd be super secret. She's not in the game, but if she showed up, that would be very surprising.
Very, very secret. I will note that we do have a few roster swaps in between games 1 and 2. We did swap out Wolf for Ghost Dunk on the side of CCS, and the player who played Kiri, whose name I'm not going to try to pronounce, for I believe Punk is the new player on this game. But yeah, slightly different rosters than we saw in game 1.
Do go ahead and have nice macro going back and forth. Vala, poor Ghost Dunk trying to get this soak and cannot move very far out there. Will definitely get picked out. Oh, but Punk is taking a lot of damage. Is having to move out of here. Blind comes down. No one goes in and gets hit by that Chastise from the Anduin.
We do have a couple question talents going on. Falstad is building into Q build, the just infinite stacking hammering build. Vala also going into a Q build, but a different Q because you didn't hear it. And then Asmodean, yeah, looking at more of a team fight build with Gluttony.
Alright, both sides are going to go ahead and pick up their sapper camps. Looks like slightly sooner on the side of CCS, but they will not be going for an invade because they are not nearly close enough. Actually, they may now. I had a wrong idea of how long that would take. A lot of damage goes on to Awampa, but they will go and get this taken care of. New York is moving back up.
Somehow half a level ahead? Not sure where that experience would have been dropped, but... Oh, I guess it was just minions and bot that hadn't really been dead. Because, yeah, that's looking a lot more even now.
Yep, looking at the experience thing, overall, it looks like most of the difference is purely in a few extra minions being picked up. I think we ended up... actually, you know what? I can't talk about it. We have Captain Roberts going ahead and getting collapsed upon. In middle, nice rotation up. And we do have the first kill going to the side of CCS. But meanwhile, a lot of pressure being done bottom lane as they do move in there. There's an orb, but they don't actually get the walls. So they don't get any experience for their trouble. We do go ahead and have the altar phase coming up about 8 seconds. Falstad does actually fly up north, which means he will not have fly to go back south in just a second.
Go forth and claim the altars in my name. The Raven
Is
Lord
moving
demands
in time for an interrupt.
Fire the towers! Destroy the Raven Lord!
So they're fighting over bottom one. Li Ming is on her way up right now. Looks like CCS will get the bottom point. Alright, Eric trying in here to try and get Dr. Blunch. And goodbye, Dr. Blunch. So does Captain Roberts is going to pull back, does realize there's probably more CCSers on the way, and indeed, here comes Slick Rub. So that will be a double turn in favor of CCS here in this first engagement. Here are 4 Raven shots going across the map, slamming into that Gravekeeper core.
I did like the thought behind Magnitude's invade there. They just weren't able to get the kill quickly enough on the Leoric. It seemed like they kind of split between trying to both zone for the channel. Ooh, but we have Brainer going down in bot. Maybe also killing with the Vala, but no, Vala gets away.
Yeah. You said Brainer, and I heard Raider, and I'm like, Raider's not in this game. What? We also do have Bloody Drapes coming in with a 5-party raid. Hello, hello, everyone. We are in game number 2 of Can't Connect Stuns versus Magnitude. Can't Connect Stuns did win game number 1, but it looks like Magnitude right now is in the driver's seat. They've gone ahead and killed Brainer. They've stolen their opponent's Sapper Camp.
Still about a half level behind on experience, but very much still anybody's game. Partially because it's Towers Doom, partially because other reasons.
Yeah, there's not a map in the game that would be decided by a half-level lead at level 8, but Towers of Doom especially is famous for its comebacks.
Asmid I'm getting caught out a little bit, but without, yeah. With Joanna not quite being back up in time to join for that engage. The lockdown isn't there, and they do all walk away.
And there's Dr. Blunt flying down below, trying to escort these sappers in. Big fight happening at the moment. This is going to be a 4-on-4 down here. Chastise comes down, but Unstoppable is used by the Johanna. I believe that's Brainer. Yep, that is Brainer. Look at me remembering stuff.
Looks like Zool's going to rotate top. Thought he might be rotating down. Nope, both operators gonna keep doing their own thing, keeping bot as a 4v4.
The Ritter gets a nice 2-person judgment coming in. So, there's not judgment, what is that called?
Punish is the...
Punish is the mace.
Condemn is the shmoop, and then Punish with that level 4 talent is what gave the 80% slow.
Thank you. Yeah, it's Condemn I was thinking of. I was trying to get... My brain was trying to get to Conviction. Too many Paladin-esque words to start with Con.
John does get caught out a little bit. She took Blessed Shield of not falling toward this game, so she doesn't have that disengage. Oh, huge amount of damage coming out on the Li Ming. She does go down.
Yep, Li Ming goes ahead and gets escorted back to the Hall of Storms. Dr. Blush takes a good bit of damage, but this will give it an advantage. Thankfully, there is no altar coming up, so there's not a whole lot they can do with that advantage. The CCS's camp is up currently. Oh, Bloody, thank you very much for that. I've gotten so many subs tonight. People like me.
Yeah, it seemed like Magnitude was able to just kind of get CCS split in that last engage. And yeah, preventing Lucio from being able to go back and forth quick enough to save everybody who was being focused. So I'm wondering if we're going to see that strategy continuing, coming out from Magnitude.
Here we have a lot of damage going back and forth. Both sides going in and picking up their Sapper camps. Looks like there's not going to be an attempt to invade, at least not yet.
Lay claim to the altars.
Although,
Do not
what?
disappoint me. The altar is ours. Fire upon the great.
So this is traded out, but they just sort of like ditch their Sapper. They kill like one Sapper, and they're like, okay, bye.
Hero slain.
Let the assault begin!
We are
The kill onto Zool is going to help CCS get back on top in the experience game, because Magnitude had pulled slightly ahead before that kill.
Yep, but they are right on the verge of 13 now. Oh, a Wampa? Okay, nice dwarf hop back to safety. I was like, that's a bad place to be stuck in, but of course, he's like, I'm a dwarf. Walls can't hold me.
Asmoran sitting at 126 stacks. While at 14 stacks of PP build, and Vault at 31 stacks of his.
We have Gluttony and Annihilation, which means Gluttony is getting reasonably close to done. Annihilation still has a bit to go.
So once Gluttony hits 200 stacks, then Asmodee will start getting cooldown reduction on his Q for each hero that he hits.
Alright, a lot of damage going to do. Oh, and we're going to go in and get escorted right back to the Hall of Storms. There's a stun coming down on Murden. It's a slaughter of Warcraft heroes.
Slain.
Yeah, you better get out of here, Falstad. It's not safe for you.
There's a great wave of force coming out from the Union to kind of keep the Murden in place. You almost have enough mobility to get out of there, but between the wave of force, the Lucio speed, and then that last bit of Joanna CC.
Considering how long, and the fact that the tunnels haven't opened yet, I'm a bit surprised they didn't wait for this and then just channel in order to get that extra shot.
I mean, having the extra time does let them get their sappers out. They might be able to push those in. Bosses up if they want to go for that. CCS is up 16, so they're able to be a bit aggressive here.
However, they're not actually trying to defend the tower they took, so that's going to come back. I guess Brainer is there. They're not trying to defend it, you know, other than the person that's defending actively.
Johanna's blinds do a lot to negate Falstad's damage, and killing 2 heroes will also negate a team's siege damage.
Except here come the Sappers. This will get us down to 17 if they actually get in here, and it looks like likely that they will.
Sixteen's just coming online for Magnitude.
Now, I will say this, not because I think it will actually happen, but keep in mind if 2 of these Sappers get in and CCS gets all 3 of these altars, they win. It's not often that on Towers of Doom you get to a position of threatening lethal damage 11 minutes into the game, but that's where we are potentially.
Bring down the Gravekeepers.
Looks like Asmodee is going to be able to prevent the Sappers.
And in fact, they get one of the turn-ins, 2 into the side of CCS, that is 10 damage coming out. Takes us down to 7 core health on the side of Magnitude.
Magnitude does take their spot fort back, so evening out the map. That is 200 hit for Asmodee, so he does have that team fight CDR on his globe.
Heroes, I have opened a tunnel near our fort that leads to the battleground center. Use it well.
What? I mean, I knew I could do that. I've opened my tunnel as well.
Alright, Minsky takes a good bit of damage up top. There are the Sappers running in. They're trying to go ahead and convert and do something up here. Take away some of the abilities. Here's Murden. Murden going ahead and zoning. Does warn through the rest of it, and they don't quite get the tower down. Awampa is right in the middle of a lot of these skeletal mages. They're trying to take him down. Awampa down to 200 health, but will get out of there. The Entomb did miss, did not actually catch anyone. And that is a full disengage coming from Magnitude.
The Entomb actually did catch Falstad, but he had his barrel roll available to casters can't speak is might be a little fitting.
Oh, Minsky. Okay, here's Brainer and Slickweb in the area.
So we've got a big rotation up on Azul.
Yeah, Azul definitely getting cleaned up very, very quickly. Does not have Leorix get out of jail free card.
It is worth noting, since Magnitude did take CCS's top fort, that even getting both of these altars will still keep Magnitude in the game, because it's just going to be 3 shots each.
Indeed, and I do get one of them.
Hero slain. sour.
However,
Also gotta
immediately
be-
they start moving towards boss, and I'm a bit surprised they didn't just go straight boss as soon as the first one was picked up, because they would have to get it either way. But this will likely be the end of the game, because it is 5 versus 3. And yeah, they don't even get on to the point in time. That is going to be the end of game number 2. Very dominant performance by CCS, as they go ahead and dominate this series, and move us into post-game. So, if you'll join me down in one of the lobbies, I'll see if we can get an interview. One second, I have to find a lobby. Found one.
Yo.
Hello, hello, hello. I was just in the middle of messaging you, but you knew what to do.
Oh, I do. I know the drill. How y'all doing?
Doing very, very well. How are you?
Excellent. Feel really good after those games.
Well, they looked very good as well. First question I have is how much like preparation did you do? Because you really seem to have a great battle plan going into these maps.
Yeah, we've been putting in a lot of time in these last few weeks with a lot of different coaches. You know, shout out to Mockeray and, you know, Shredded Win, Caesar. We've been preparing a lot for these games, and it showed, you know, trying to apply what they've taught us.
Well, it definitely worked. Looking back, so obviously the first game that we ran into was Battlefield of Eternity, and then obviously Towers. Very, very different strategies. Battlefield of Eternity, it seemed very, very interesting. Were you going for, because the thing about your draft is that you could either go for a race or for team fight. Did you actually have a strategy, or was it just we'll see where they are and then make the decision in the moment?
We kind of just picked our comfort heroes. Not really planning on race or, you know, defending. Obviously, we wanted Greymane to be able to do those camps fast. And we still had good race. But mainly just playing our comfort heroes into that draft was really important. And we had a nice little strategy on that bottom camp at the start of the game, the little pre-tap and then go to the bottom camp there. So that was something we've been practicing and working on to set the tempo of the map early game.
Yeah, it was interesting, especially because you did that. You went down there, you got the bottom camp, got the tempo, but then I very much feel like you hadn't quite realized that Chromie was doing the top camp. You hadn't realized how long she'd been gone. Because Greymane was doing this very, very wide move up there. I think if he had just gone straight, he could have actually caught the Chromie at like 20% health. But
yeah, we didn't know that Chromie was up there. That was a surprise. So shout out, you know, that was a good play on their part.
Very, very much so. So looking into game number 2, you definitely had, I mean, you were playing that map fairly standardly. Was there anything specific in the draft that you wanted to do?
Not so much. We knew we didn't want to play against Vikings, that was for sure. Our plan was to let, you know, Leo try to match the double soak as much as we can. We knew he wasn't going to keep up with the Zool, so having the 4-man go up and getting that mid soak when available. Also looking for ganks on Zool. We know Zool didn't have a lot of escapes, so we tried to pressure him and rotate for ganks as much as possible while working the bot lane, of course. Pretty standard.
I do have to ask, what was, like, why was the Artanis banned on Towers of Doom? Because as soon as I saw it, I'm like, I can't even play Artanis on Towers of Doom.
Yeah, well, I'm not the best Artanis player, so I think he just has really good race, and I guess the team was just worried about it. I know he's good on that map. I honestly don't play him enough to.
Not on Battlefield, on Towers?
Oh, on Towers, yeah. I honestly don't know. I wasn't drafting. Yeah. So, I can't answer that. They just don't want to play against it, I guess.
Fair enough. I'll keep that in mind for open houses. So those are all the questions I had. And Russ, do you have any questions about these games?
Yeah, it was mostly just confusion about that Artanis ban, which will just remain a mystery forever.
Yeah, I'm still confused about it, honestly. I have no idea. Maybe it was a comfort pick that we wanted to take away or something. I don't know.
So, standard question. I ask this every single time I have an interview. Can you tell me where the name Can't Connect Stuns comes from?
Yeah, we're terrible at following up CC. So that's our standard go-to. We just can't connect anything. No, I don't know. Honestly, I don't even like the name. I've been trying to change the name since I got here, and they won't let me change it, I have a lot of good names in mind, by the way.
Oh, we had a document for whenever we've named a team.
There, any name ideas you'd like to share on stream?
Yeah, for all my CCS fans. I mean, Central Coast Scoundrels. It's hot,
Ooh.
Yeah, we're all Central Coast. Don't steal it, guys. That one's coming up next season, maybe. I think we're supposed to be called like the Choo Choo Train Squad as well, and we were all supposed to ride train mounts, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, you'll see this in the replay, but in the middle of the cast, we actually came across a new one, which is Casters Can't Speak.
Oh, that's so good.
We're doing great. Just
a little,
great.
a little caster team, Nice.
We got a brainer too.
No, you're supposed to say anything.
Well, should have been more stealthy.
Brainer, why did we ban Artanis on Towers of Doom?
Oh my god. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure he's a really good. He just stacks. He's just a really good team fight on that map because you can swap over walls, and he splits up the team really well. So he's just a really good in a team fight, and then he holds the off lane really well. Really aggressive off laner. So you have a solo kill potential, and then he's not very easy to gank if your team's following up, and then he's really good to come down and set up a gank. It's a really good character on that map. Really good.
So like kind of a Bruiser Stitches.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, yeah.
All right.
He sets up team fights really well.
All right, makes sense. So that's all the questions that we had. Let me go ahead and turn it over to you two for any shout-outs you might want to give.
Yeah, I want to shout out my team CCS, everybody over at CCS, such a great org. Want to shout out our opponents tonight. They played really well, and we had a lot of fun. And last but not least, the casters, y'all, for hosting these games and taking care of us. Much appreciated.
Just shout out to Valk's mom and all of the standard meme shout outs. And I actually do really appreciate you guys. I do really appreciate you guys casting us. It was really good to have our first game of the season casted. And then what a really good set of games it turned out to be.
Oh, absolutely. Had a lot of fun with
shameless promotion. Brainer and I are streaming, so go ahead and follow us, on Twitch if you want to get our perspectives. Best tank and healer, NA,
Yeah, best tank healer combo in NGS, I think.
Yeah, maybe the world. So
we can
check it out.
We can confirm that later. I mean, I'm just saying I had the highest hero damage in both games, so I'm doing something right.
Chromie beat you out in game 1. Only second highest.
And Marissa over here with the fact checking.
So, there goes your dominance, but
Dang it! I'm only dominant in 50% of the games that I play.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
What we have found for sure is that fire is less damaging than sand.
Yeah.
Regardless, though, very much, very, very well played. Very good series. Thank you very much. And Aressa, if you want to tell everyone who you are and where they can find you.
I'm Anaressa. You can find me frequently on Rocket Stream. You can find me in the CCS community, running various decks of things. You can find me playing DPS for 30 Seconds to Mosh and did E East. You can find me on Twitter at @Anarasa_hots. I'm gonna try and be better about actually announcing streams and stuff.
Fantastic. Yep. You can. I'm Raka. If you don't know who I am, I don't know how you got here, but you can also find me not doing DPS things on 30 Seconds to Mosh. I smell funny, and they make me go to stand on the other side of the map. But I'm there. You can also find me on this channel doing a lot of casting during the week and a lot of just personal streaming during the weekend. Make sure you follow me too, because darn it, if Brainer and Slick are going to like self-promote, I'm doing it too.
Yes, CCS, let's go.
And then, yeah, thank you everyone for being here. We are actually going to raid over again to I just looked up this name. It's a caster I haven't personally seen before, but they are currently casting Roll1 Esports versus Collecting Countless Stars, so another CCS team, and they are The Stroke. So let's go over and say hi to them.
GGs and thanks everyone for hanging out.
Yeah, man. Hey, I need my my points. I bet on us to win, and I haven't gotten my points on your thing, Raka.
Well, maybe you should have gotten top